everyone, so for today's Shadow Saturday series, I wanted to use the Juvia's Place, the Nubian palette, and this is just a really pretty neutral palette, so obviously this look is going to be more neutral, and my plan is kind of to do like a smoky wings situation. So I've never tried this before, and I really wanted to do this look. It's kind of a popular look that's going around, so I wanted to do my version of it today, and we'll see how this turns out. I really don't know if it's gonna go well. So obviously I've already done my face and everything besides my eyes, so today I'm really just gonna be focusing on the eye look. If you're new to my channel and you've never seen one of these videos before, basically every Saturday I do an eyeshadow look with one palette. So let's just go ahead and get started. So I just moved a little bit closer so you guys can see, and the first shade I'm gonna go into is this shade right here, and these shades don't have names. So I'm just going to take that on a fluffy crease brush, and I'm just going to blend that through the crease. And I'm not going all the way to the inner corner. I'm keeping it mostly on the outer corner, and I'm kind of flicking it out right here just to get that cat eye shape. And I'm also going to take a little bit of that deeper, more brown shade. This one is a little bit more orange that we just went in with, but I'm going to take a little bit of this one. And I'm just gonna do the same thing with that. So I'm gonna go in with that same shade. We just put a tiny bit of that in the crease, and I'm gonna take a little tiny flat angled brush, and I'm just gonna use this to sort of map out my wing. And I never really do wings, so hopefully this will turn out okay. But I'm just using this lighter shade before I go in with the darker shade to kind of map it out so I don't screw it up, basically. So I'm just going to drag it out and just create a wing with that shadow, and you don't have to be too careful with this. This is why I'm doing it with the lighter shade first, so I can really just map it out and get a feel for where exactly I want my wing to go. Also, I do have slightly hooded eyelids. At least this eyelid is more hooded than this one, but I feel like it makes it kind of difficult to do a wing because my lid folds like right where the wing should be. Now I'm gonna take this deeper brown shade, and I'm using the same brush, and I'm just gonna create the actual wing. So I'm really just going over where we just mapped out that wing with that lighter brown shade. And this doesn't have to be perfect because we can clean it up after, and it's gonna be a smoky wing anyway. So this wing I kind of messed up a little bit, so I just want to clean it up. So I'm going in with a foundation powder. This is from Physicians Formula, but you can use any powder you have. And I'm just gonna take that on a little more flat brush, and I'm just gonna clean up right underneath that wing. And this doesn't have to be perfect because obviously it's a smoky wing, so it's gonna be more blended out anyway. And then I'm just gonna go back in with that dark color and just again define that wing and make sure it is the shape I want it to be. So I think that looks pretty good. So now just to smoke it out a little, I'm gonna go back into this brown shade right here, and I'm gonna take a little tiny fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna take this and just run it along the upper part of that wing. Really just smoking that out. And I think I'm gonna end up making this darker, but it's easier to build slowly than going overboard and then trying to take product away. Then to intensify the wing a little bit, I'm gonna go into the deepest shade right here. And this is almost black, but it's almost like a really rich, deep brown color. It's not quite black. So again, I'm gonna take that on the same little brush we used to create that wing, and I'm just gonna go over it. And this is where you have to be a little bit more precise with the deeper color. But you already have the wing mapped out, so it's really not that difficult to just go over where we put that line down. Yeah, this definitely is making the look come together a lot better. And then I'm just gonna go back into that little tiny fluffy brush we used to blend out the wing. And with no extra product, I'm just gently gonna blend out those edges. Thought this eye was turning out better, but I actually like this one a lot better. And you could go darker than this, or you can make it lighter, make it a little bit more subtle. And again, I feel like the wing needs to be cleaned up a little bit, so I'm gonna go back into that face powder with that brush, and I'm just going to clean it up to make it the shape that I want it to be and to make it a little neater. I really like the way this eye turned out, but I feel like this one looks worse. So I am going to go in with a metallic shade, and I love Juvia's Place metallics. So I'm going to take this shade right here. This is one of my favorites. And I'm going to take that on a little flat shader brush just to be more precise. Usually I would take these with my finger just to get them as intense as possible. But I want to be a bit more precise, so I'm taking that on a brush. And I'm just putting that on my lid. And I'm kind of trying to avoid the lash line. I'm not going all the way to the lash line because I don't want to cover up that liner we put down. So I'm just putting this all over the lid, kind of staying away from the outer corner, just on the inner half. You could just leave it on that and not put this shimmer metallic shade down, but I love metallics and I like just giving a little bit of dimension to the lid. And then for the lower lash line, I'm actually going to go back into that medium brown color on the same brush we made the wing with, and I'm just going to take a little bit of that and I'm going to run that right up against the lower lash line. And I'm not going to go all the way to the inner corner, I'm going to go about halfway. And making sure I'm attaching that wing kind of to the bottom lash line so it all kind of works together. And then I'm also going to take a little bit of the deeper shade and I'm just going to focus that right on the outer corner, right up against the lash line. Then I'm going to go into this lighter brown shade and I'm going to take a little fluffy crease brush and I'm just going to use that to really blend out the lower lash line. And I'm also almost smoking out that wing a little bit, really blending it out to the outer corner. And I'm actually going to take a little bit of that shade we put on the lid and I'm going to use it as an inner corner highlight and a brow bone highlight. So that's it for the eyes. Now I'm going to go off camera and fill in my eyebrows and also put on mascara, and I'll be right back. So here's the finished look. And I feel like this wing turned out a lot better than this wing did. But I feel like with wings, that's bound to happen. They're never going to be exactly the same. So that's it for this video. This look was very different for me, but I really loved creating it and it was fun to kind of experiment with this kind of look. But I really love the way it turned out. And I will have my Shadow Saturday series playlist linked down below along with all my other playlists. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you want to see more videos from me, I post new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So make sure you subscribe and don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notified every time I post. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.